The Arctic is warming almost 3 times faster than the rest of the planet, changing the Arctic ecosystems forever, causing destruction around the planet. Once Arctic ice melts, we can't get it back. We can't negotiate the melting point of ice. World leaders must take immediate action to keep 1.5 alive.
And with that, we have for you the legend, the Dark-Aries, presenting us Tetris Effect. Take it away, my man.
What's up, guys? Welcome. This is a fishing marathon, and so I figured what better way to be fishing than in, PJ pants, Bass Pro shirt right here, Got my Gatorade as well if we get thirsty. We're going to catch lots of fish here, trust me. And the way we're going to do that is by playing Tetris. Now, you might not have seen people catching fish with falling blocks, but I assure you that it's possible. And because the donation incentives was met yesterday during day 0, this is going to be Disco Light %. It is something I literally just made up, but you'll see what I mean in a moment when we start playing. I want to let you guys know that I do actually fish. I'm not like a super pro or anything like that, but I've gone ice fishing, I've got summer fishing. Got a picture when I was like 10 of a big fish I caught like this, So I fish, I enjoy it, but fishing, I'm not hardcore, it's just more relaxed. So if we go maybe overestimate or things get placed wrong or I top out or anything like that, don't worry. You don't always catch the fish, but it's the journey, it's the fun time with friends. I think that's the most important thing. So, Tech, if we are ready on time, I'm going to count us in. All right. If everybody is good to go, 3, 2, 1, go. And there you go. I think you guys have an idea of what Disco Light % is. So this is the very first level. We're going in right in hot for the fishing thing. We are underwater. If you've ever been like ice fishing, everybody got their sonars that can see underwater. This is us right now. And I'm just going to be dropping blocks. I'm going to be real here. Some days are better. Some days, are worse when it comes to play. But I think so long I keep it cool, we don't get super cranky that we didn't catch a fish, I think we'll be okay. Like right now, we just gotta calm down a little bit. Ooh. Slow down. Don't always gotta go super fast. Right there, there we go. Oh, I think I'm seeing some of those little fishies pop up. There we go. Oh, that's okay. And And yeah, if you guys really want to just talk fishing or anything like that, I do have chat pulled up. I can see it, you can always take a gander, see what's going on. If you maybe are, too shy to put a message in chat, just throw a donation out too. Our friend FC here will read it kindly. And the money does go to a good spot, so. Yeah, it's just good vibes, guys. It's fishing. Nothing fancy. We're just having good times. I can explain more of my fishing tactics as we go, but for now we'll just kind of vibe. We got like a good hour of this stuff going on. playing on a Wii U Pro controller, by the way. I enjoy it. It's good fishing. I really like the throw that it gets you. It's not too heavy of a line, and the action is just right. So as you can see here, we're kind of doing like some night fishing going on. Ooh. Oh, that was bad, but that's okay. I'm also just found this controller today, and it doesn't kill my thumbs like the other controllers, so I'm still getting used to it. Tried a little bit of practice, but you know, it's new equipment. You just gotta break it in, like all things. Alright. Actually, maybe do that. Field of view is very important. Gotta make sure you can actually see what you're doing. There we go.
Aries, what is your opinion of Tetris Effect in general?
I think it is one of the more... It is a return to form of good Tetris games that actually do something. For quite a while, there was a point in time where games kind of sucked. They were all doing the same thing. Then Puyo Puyo Tetris came out, and that was like really awesome. But it's kind of a shame because that game is meant more as like a way to revitalize Puyo, and most of the community just plays it for multiplayer Tetris. And then this game came out, and it's like, dang, now we have like a dedicated Tetris game. So I thoroughly enjoy it. I've played it right when it came out with VR on the PS4. I bought it right when it came out on Epic. I had Game Pass right when it came out on Xbox Live, so I can play the multiplayer mode. I thoroughly enjoy this game. Definitely do recommend. I even actually own the soundtrack to the game because you can get that on Bandcamp, and if there was a physical CD to buy of this game, I totally would. It's just super awesome.
Yeah, honestly, I've been really loving it. It's like the first time I've ever wanted to play a Tetris game in the last, 10 years outside of Tetris 99, but that one doesn't feel the same.
Yeah, it's a different mentality, right? One is the kind of competitive. This is more like I just want to relax with some Tetris. I don't want to get super salty about like how I lost or anything like that, so. Alright, now we got some fans here. A little bit of traveling, got some percussion going on here, guys. So one of the things that you'll notice that I do as a Tetris player is I kind of only rotate one way. That's just because when I was smaller, I would play NES Tetris, and that's just how I played for a very long time. And there's like almost 2 decades of muscle memory in there. So very hard to undo. But you will see me sometimes do the other side rotate. Another thing you'll kind of see is that I don't really care if something gets misdropped or not, so long as I properly plan it out. We're good. So I don't care if the well is where you kind of put in your eyepiece to get a Tetris. I don't care if it's on the left side or the right side. I kind of just put things where I see fit. There's obviously more optimized ways of doing this by, actually doing Tetrises and stuff, but I mean, if it works, it works. If I was like super grinding this game like a couple years ago, that's what I would be doing, but You don't want to be that hardcore fisherman, the one that pops up with like, you know, all the gear and you're just like there for the whole day. Those people don't catch fish. They're posers. But like, you want to catch the real fish. You just relax and you have a good time. You know, that's how it works. I've gone fishing, I know. I'm wearing the Bass Pro shirt. Nobody can argue with that.
Yeah, you don't want to be the gatekeeper. Fisher man, fisher bro, fisher Chad, fisher Sigma, male grindset. That doesn't apply here.
But you can just say that again because you happened to talk right when there was a big explosion in the game.
Let's just assume I was the big explosion. No, everything's fine. You don't want to be like a gatekeeping Sigma Chad fisher grindset dude, bro. Just relax.
Exactly.
We're vibing here. The fish have the good vibes, so the fishermen should have equally good vibes as well. Like,
And,
be one with nature.
If the class looks on this side of the bus for a moment, we will be seeing some jellyfish shortly. Those, I don't know if they're really edible or not. As a fisherman, I like to just throw them back into the ocean if I do get one. There is a myth about a certain thing you should do if a jellyfish stings you. It has never stung me, so I cannot prove or deny if that methodology works as intended. So just keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times, please.
But if you happen to have experience with that, we don't judge. You do you.
There we go. Another thing about this game, I don't know if anybody has really ever realized, but the speed changes depending on the level. So sometimes it'll go faster, like as you play, and then you'll go to the next stage and it'll just slow down again. The speed kind of changes depending on the tempo of the song and stage. Oh, there we go. So it can kind of throw you off a little bit if you're not prepared for it. But you know, just kind of do the thing. Now an optimized player would be making sure how many lines they have left to do, like that. You know, I got 2 lines left, I'm gonna do a double. I don't pay attention to that, I'm gonna be real here. So, oh look, we're in the Netherlands right now because there's a lot of windmills. I don't know if they have good fishing though. If anybody from the Netherlands sees this and wants to let me know, would very much appreciate it.
Yeah, I need to get Riekelt in here. Or is that Belgium? But candy sharing a traumatic experience. Don't litter in the ocean, please. We have enough plastic in there already. And also, please don't.
Yeah, I see that. They thought it was a plastic bag. God dang.
We hope you were alright quickly after that. But I do not imagine it was a nice experience.
Oh. The biggest thing that will kind of throw you off in playing this game is what happened just right there. The coloring completely changed. So during that kind of transition, I just lost my way. But we're actually in not too bad of a shape here. We're not too concerned. The Popo isn't going to come check our fishing licenses, that's for sure. I hope everybody has their fishing license during the Speed Docks Fishing Jamboree. It's very important that you follow the local fishing regulations that you have. Make sure to always check out what fish are in season, how many you can keep. Got to keep the ecosystems in check, you know? If you catch all the fish, there won't be anything left to catch. Well, there we go. Had to just think about it for a little bit there. I also love the fact that my lights are kind of going crazy right now, but this song really isn't like overtly crazy. It's actually fairly tame, all things considered. There we go. Also, I didn't realize, but I get rumble when I play with this controller. So this game used to support D input, which for you PC gamers is basically kind of the older style controller. PlayStation controllers are a D input controller in Windows. But then, you know, they got that Microsoft money and they changed it to only X input, which is the newer Windows standard with the Xbox controllers. And that was annoying because I had to use like an Xbox controller emulator to get my Wii U Classic Controller Pro, or sorry, Wii Classic Controller Pro controller working, but I don't really recommend that controller. It just hurts to play the D-pad. Something about the D-pad and the spacing about it, it's just uncomfortable after crazy Tetris sessions. So I got this like Mayflash PC Wii U controller adapter thing, and today I just realized that it has an X input and D input switch on it. I was always playing in D input because that's just what the game supported. And now that I have it in X input, I actually have rumble, which is very interesting. I haven't really played this game with rumble like in a very long time. I would have played it on the PS4 with the VR headset. So I do have an Oculus. I should try this out again in VR at some point. I think that would be a very interesting fishing experience there. Alright, let's bring this down just a tad. Oh, see, that's why gotta be somewhat careful with this game. So I'm doing hard drops where I'm hitting up on the D-pad to lock my piece in place. But because this controller's kind of iffy with the diagonals on it, I have diagonal lock enabled in the game so it doesn't just randomly lock pieces down, which would be very bad. But the side effect is that sometimes it just doesn't lock it, so you see in chat, disco lights are a vibe. I appreciate it, you know? This is like an iteration of something that I've done before on stream. Basically, if I decide to put in the effort to actually stream, this is kind of like the fun stuff I come up with. Also, this is the best song in the game. Do not at me. I do not want to hear your opinions about it. That's it. There's no argument. I'm sorry. You can have your own opinions. They're just not valid.
How dare you speak ill will of Dolphin Swim?
That is the worst level.
That's my favorite level.
I would tell you to get out, but it's kind of your marathon.
Will we see hands or fishing lines being thrown at each other? Will we see a showdown? Will this become an impromptu incentive to make this a battle for the points, for the glory, for everything? No, actually, this is still a wonderful charity marathon, and to prove it, Anonymous donated $8 to put us just below 700 to kind of make this a bit interesting, kinky, edging. I don't know. We're just having a good fishing time. But yeah, I can see where we're going with the music. I think it could do with a little bit more cowbell, don't you think? Don't you agree?
No, absolutely not. No cowbell. We are fishermen here. We don't use cowbells. It scares the fish away. Tons of oomphs and bass, though. fish are totally okay with it. They vibe. It's just a proven fact. All right, so we
got the
are...
experience. You wear the shirt, you know the rules.
Exactly. I'm the one wearing the Bass Pro shirt. I clearly know what I'm talking about. Like, right now, we are in the desert, which, last I checked, there is no fish here, which is very unfortunate. We've kind of gotten lost in our way on this journey that we've been in right now. But I'm sure that we will find waters soon enough. So, but thankfully the sun is coming down. It's a lot less heat to deal with. Fish also do not like the heat. When you go fishing in the summer, you can't just go during the day when it's like 30 degrees Celsius because Fahrenheit does not exist. It's just a word that I made up. You gotta go when it's like nice and cool. During the day, you know, 6 a.m. That's when the real fishermen wake up. Right when the sun comes up. You get the beautiful views, you get beautiful catches. It's just the life of a fisherman. Alright, so see that right there, this T-space right there. You gotta be really good at geometry to just kind of think, oh, that fits there. I mean, there's only so many ways that pieces can fit together in this game, because it's the same amount of pieces, and you know, there's I believe this is a bag randomizer, which means that there is a bag, and I think there's like 5 bags worth of Tetris pieces in there of every single variety. So at some point you're just going to go through all those pieces. So there are some, if you watch competitive Tetris, especially from like Puyo Puyo Tetris, there's like openers, and the reason those openers work is because of the fact that you just know that pieces are happening. And like I said, we were gonna hit water soon enough. And there's those dolphins. I'm slightly too harsh on this level, but it's for good reason. If you're playing with maximum vibes, like pro fisherman strats, you don't, you know, the lights are dim, everything like that, you kind of all good to go. And you can see those dolphins, you're swimming with them, you're vibing, everything's good to go, okay? We're doing good, all right? And as soon as I get a little bit better, you will see the problem here. Also right there, see, I hit that kind of metric and everything kind of really sped up. Ooh, gotta lock that in place. Clear that out, right there. Oh, got a little T-spin there. That was interesting, but I'll take it. Oh, and that's the problem. You go from pure blackness to just right up. And a lot of fish die because of that. You drag them right from the bottom. They're not used to the surface, and you drag them right up, and then they can't survive it. So you gotta really be careful sometimes. You know, if you do catch a fish and you want to take that gram, pick for the gram, or, you know, send it to your grandma or something. Grandma, look, I caught a fish. And she'll be like, oh, nice, honey. I don't know how to use my phone. Can you please come fix the Facebooks? Because I haven't been able to talk to, like, your uncle in forever. And you're pretty sure that the uncle's just ignoring your grandma, but, like, it's just, all right, grandma, I'll come fix the Facebooks. I'll fix this mega conglomerate app. In either case, I don't even know where I was going with this, I'm sorry. But we're now in the city because, you know, fishermen can come from everywhere. I myself am from a city. I am near a lake, but I am in the city. I am not a country boy. Although a country boy, like, vibe would be pretty alright, because, you know, I got snowmobile, ATVs. I know what I'm talking about. I got the Bass Pro shirt, you know? This joke will probably stop being funny, like, in another level or 2. Chat should let me know if they're getting tired of the Bass Pro jokes. I'm actually surprised that I'm not really dropping frames right now. This is good stuff. This is... When this game first came out on PC, this level was literally the worst. I played on a NVIDIA 1050, 6GB edition for RAM, and I was playing maybe above 30 FPS because it felt all right, and I would reach here and it was just a choppy fest. I've seen PowerPoints with more frames of animation. Of course, now I have a 1660 Ti that I bought years ago and somehow is still current because the current PC building market just makes you sad. That's why we're fishing. You don't need computers to fish. I mean, that's a different type of fishing entirely, and I don't think that the WWF or SpeedDocs condones that style of fishing. So, just kind of vibe to the jazz right now. Oh. All right, there we go. See, that's what I mean. You just gotta think about it for a moment, slow down, keep your cool, and you get a Tetris. Crunchy saying watching this in the dark is kind of sick. Yeah, that's the whole point of it, you know. Journey vibes. That's a really bad misdrop right there. So fun fact, I've actually done this once before, and it was I had to do my run at like, it was like 3 a.m. my time. I don't come out, I'm like that, I'm like a Sasquatch. You don't see me all the time doing marathon runs, but when I do, they're bangers. All right, like literally, the soundtrack of this game is a banger, so how can the run not also be a banger? I mean, my voice is probably letting you not vibe to the music, but that's besides the point, all right? That's kind of disappointing right there. I blocked off the section there, but we opened it back up. And that's kind of the way to get better at Tetris. You gotta realize I just did a boo-boo. How do I fix this? I also recommend playing things very flat. You'll notice that's what I kind of do when I gotta slow things down. Don't let things kind of pile up very high. There we go. And like I said, don't let the game speed control you. You are the master of your own domain. You hard drop when you feel comfortable. And when you are controlling the speed of the pieces falling, you'll be like, dang, all right, I can play better. And if it comes out of control, you know, just don't. But then the game is pushing you. And we're not pushovers. Alright, so now we're in a jewelry store because every fisherman needs to be blinged out. It's just a fact. We need those Gucci fishing rods. Actually, no, that's not true. So actually, legitimate fishing tips. Shakespeare makes a product called the Ugly Stick. It is very nice. My brother actually got an Ugly Stick for ice fishing. Very, very nice rod because it's very thin, and a lot of people when they ice fish, they don't use bobbers or anything like that. The whole point is that you can tell. Oh, okay. Okay, that was not going to happen. I tried to put it in a more optimal position. Anyways, so my brother got an Ugly Stick, and it's very, very sensitive. When a fish kind of bites, the whole rod bends, which is what you want when you're not using bobbers and stuff when you ice fish. Personally, I have a little bit of a tougher rod because I bought it for the aesthetics and the price. It was on sale at the Bass Pro, and it was yellow, and really that's just all I need. I'm not going for fancy stuff when I'm fishing. I'm going for the good vibes, and if I happen to catch fish, which I did, by the way, I caught like 2 walleyes, some perch, you know, good stuff. Not just the minnows in the box that you get or whatever. It's not a box. It's a bucket. It's a bucket. In either case, yeah. When you have a little bit of a stiffer rod when you're ice fishing, it's not sensitive. You can't really tell that the fish are biting. You just put a bobber on it and then you can tell. Now, when you're going fishing in the summer, you obviously need a much larger rod because how else are you going to cast your line? When you're ice fishing, you know, you aren't actually casting your rod. You're just dropping into a hole, which is why you can get away with such a tiny rod. Now, if you are starting out, you know, there is no shame in buying a children's rod and just using the push button, but if you are with your other adult friends, they might judge you. I won't, but they might. So, just pointing that out there. But yeah, the thinner the line when you fish, the better chance you'll have of catching said fish, because the fish can actually see a line. The color as well, very important. Some people like to get red filament fishing line, so that way they can kind of see it in the water, but it's more invisible, and there's like a whole spectrum of colors. Personally, I just bought a bunch online from AliExpress, and I don't think all of them showed up. Some probably got lost in the mail because it's AliExpress and shipping is still terrible worldwide because of this weird thing that just happened in the universe. Oh, we're gonna slow down just a little bit. Okay. I should have done the eyepiece there. That's okay. Oh. Yeah, go right ahead.
My journey is taking me to other shores. See what it is there. I will pass you on over to the wonderful Crunchy Brown, who will come here to pick you all up and give you the best time that can be ever had here and anywhere else. Thanks for having me, and I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. See you around, everybody.
See you, fisherman buddy.
Yeah, the F in FC is for fishing, of course.
Fishing cannon away.
Indeed. And with that, we just passed the $700. Wonderful.
Hey! I'd clap, but
that's just perfection.
Not in a position to clap right now. Yeah.
No, your spirit is clapping. And Crunchy, you can tell us who put that in. I have a sinking feeling that might have been you, perhaps. I don't know. Let's see. Have a good time, everyone. It's wonderful with you all here.
Hell yeah.
Bye.
Catch you later, FC.
See ya. And that's how it is when you fish. People come and go.
Much like the fish in our lives, sometimes they get away. But they'll come back.
They'll always be back. So, you're probably wondering, how does this level tie into our fishing journey? Well, this is when you have that very smart friend who's like, yo, let's just crush a couple beers. And you're like, no, I don't do that. But they do. And then you gotta deal with the fact that they're scaring away the fish. So we're not catching any fish this level. Be responsible, people. You gotta fish responsibly. Right.
You know, speaking of responsible, I see a Crunchy Brown.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
It is I, Crunchy Brown. Filling in for FC here. And he was correct. Yes, that last $2 was indeed from me, Crunchy Brown.
Hell yeah.
And my comment says, fish.
Fish. Corfish.
Corfish. I just want to say, I was watching this in the dark, and It is such a cool game. Like I was watching it on a big screen in a dark room. It was just so trippy. I love it.
It's very trance-like. It's very cool. I'm a big fan of it.
Very zen.
Alright. I'm feeling better about this now. There was a moment where I was like, oh, are we going to top out? But no, we're good. That's the thing about fishing. It's just like, oh, will you get it? Will you? Oh, you got it. Hey, look, there's like turtles and stuff. That's fishing related.
It's aquatic.
You can fish turtles.
You could. I personally have not caught a turtle fishing. I know others who have.
I've seen it in Animal Crossing.
I have not played Animal Crossing like since GameCube was relevant.
It's the best one, so you're not missing out.
Yeah, but we're gonna see some later on. It's gonna be very
Dang, dude.
We absolutely will.
Oh. We gotta be a little bit careful here. We might get tangled in the weeds. There we go. No? Okay, fine. My line is still just a little tangled here. Gotta just unravel the mess.
And I mean, we still got more to go. We've got that big photo of Goldine, $125 away, but we have 6 hours to get that. We can do that easily. I believe. Sonic Adventure DX Director's Cut. Watch the cutscenes. Oh, please, people. $200, we can watch the cutscenes. I don't know if you've seen this game before, but they are horrendously good.
You want to watch the cutscene.
100%. Yeah, they're good in the worst way.
This is a game that actually released, by the way. We're not making this up.
Way back in the day. And then there's, I don't know too much about this one. Maybe CC, you can kind of help me out, but I Am Fish bonus space level. We're only $40 away from that.
Man. You don't know about I Am Fish?
I do not know about I Am Fish.
You remember the movie Finding Nemo?
Yes.
Remember how like they escape from the dentist's office and they're like in a plastic bag?
Yes.
Okay, so imagine that, but you're like in an apartment building. And you're a fish in a bag and you gotta escape.
I think I've seen this. And you like flop all over the place.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's a lot of that.
Yeah, we gotta make this happen, people.
We definitely do. Okay. Also, using dynamite and fireworks is a way to catch fish. It is definitely not legal. Do not do it.
This is also one of my favorite levels, by the way.
Yeah, it is exactly like in the cartoons. Everything will just fly out. But then you will have very angry people. And you probably did some ecological damage, let's be real here. And then psychological damage. Then you'll also damage your hearing, because if you're trying to fish with dynamite, you're probably not smart enough to use hearing protection. Let's be real here. So yeah, it's just, and honestly, there's also emotional damage involved too, because of the fact that now you're that person who fished with dynamite, and everyone, like even towns away, will know, oh yeah, that's the one who fished with dynamite. Yo, Without a Paddle is such a good movie. I feel like no one's watched this. Is it a Canadian thing? Is this why we're like, have you guys watched Without a Paddle? Please tell me you have.
I'm pretty sure I have. It's got Ice Cube in it?
No,
I feel like I have.
This is
Or am I thinking of something else?
This is a Dax Shepard film that also.
I'm gonna double check it.
Who? It has the guy who plays Dr. Evil's son, Scotty. Forget Seth Green. So it's a Dax Shepard, Seth Green, and I forget the last actor. They're clearly not important enough. But the premise is that their best friend dies, and they go on this camping trip that they never managed to go together. And just a lot of shenanigans ensue because it's a comedy, and I very much recommend it. I think it's like PG-13. It definitely is not G-rated. So if you are somehow on Twitch under the age of 13, which, by the way, is illegal if you have an account and are in chat, just FYI. I don't make the rules. The government of the United States does, and I think the GDPR or something also makes that up. In either case, covering my bum. Yeah, it's a very good movie. Do recommend watching it. We are also like in some kind of very exotic place. Also, there is a fishing show, by the way, of this guy, I forget his name, but he like just travels the world catching fish, and he goes to like crazy parts in Africa to catch the fish too. Highly recommend watching it. Very entertaining. That guy fishes, like he knows what's up. They ended the show because he caught all the fish. There were no more fish to catch. And if you're like, oh yeah, no, there's fish. No, they found new species of fish. If there was a fish to catch, this guy caught it. So, if you ever want to like binge some TV, whatever that show's called, just that's what you gotta watch.
You heard it here, folks. Just look it up. Whatever that show is called.
I don't know what it's called. But he's like an old. I think he's like kind of like a.
We'll figure it out.
He's like a British dude. He's like a silver fox in his looks.
It's you're thinking of river monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Highly entertaining show. I think it's on Netflix. But yeah, this guy basically goes fishing in the wildest places, finds the craziest, most made-up fish, like things you didn't even know existed, and somehow spends weeks in like isolated areas of the world, and then he just catches them.
See, and this is why we know that Crunchy Brown is a true fisherman, because he knows the fishing shows.
100%.
True fact.
I had to study to be here.
How'd you score? All right.
Wait, sorry, I thought you were talking to Aries. Because you said score. I was like, it's right there. Why is he asking? I aced it. CC, thanks for asking.
All right, glad to hear it.
All right. I have no idea where we are right now. Oh, lily pads. That's where you can get some frogs. Frogs are actually like, depending on them, you can actually eat them. Fun fact, it turns out that a lot of frog for cuisine is actually farmed in the States. But it's mainly like a more Asian cuisine. Also, you know, French, because it's always a joke. Oh, they eat frog legs. Pied grenouille. Which is actually, yeah, feet. Frog feet. Anyways.
That was very, very good French.
Thank you. I took French because I live in Canada. But that actually does not help in French. I kind of skated by in French because I just kind of hear words and I know how to say them because Polish. And there's actually a lot of overlap with Polish words and French. So like, for example, in French, a wallet is a portefeuille. but in Polish it's just a portfel, right? Or in French, the word for a beach is la plage, or no, la plage. But then, you know, in Polish it's plaża, right? So there's definitely a lot of French influence in the Polish language. And yeah, I kind of just... It really sucks though, because I'm not fluent enough to go to Montreal and be like talking with my Uber all the time, which ends up, me and my brother, for example, we go and then they're like, you know, they ask if I'm Aries and I'm like, oui. And they ask where I'm going and I'm like, oui. And, you know, I'm like, yes, I passed. And then my buddy's in the back seat, like 2 minutes later, goes like, so hey guys, what are we getting at McDonald's? And me and my brother are like, jeez, yeah, you just had to, you know, give it away that we clearly are not from here, you know? Oh, this is bad.
They just flexed on you. Shuli showing off her French in chat here with the Wii as well. I like it. I like it.
Oh,
One of my favorite Nintendo consoles.
Bad. All right. We topped out. We don't catch all the fish, guys. It's just how it happens.
Oof.
Tried saving it. The line broke. It got away. It's all right. It ate our bait. It will live another day. Oh, kind of messed up my camera angle there. But yeah, so whenever it came to French, I could always pass French because I can read it and I can make it sound French, and then it's like, that's all you need to pass. And I'm like, yes. So I can say very basic French. Like if a toddler talks to me, I might be able to hold a conversation with them. I might just start, you know, saying random words and hope they understand too, just like they do, you know, speaking their language. So
As a fluent Frenchman myself, if somebody donates, let's say $10 in the next 5 minutes, I will gladly translate it into French. Whatever comment they drop,
ooh,
just go for it.
Dangerous, but
Yes,
I like it.
as long as it's nothing bad. Obviously, keep it good. Keep it good. There comes Shuli.
actually, Crunchy, you will probably enjoy this story then. So one of the times that we went vacationing in Montreal, me and friends, we also went to Boston after the fact because we're like, that's how we plan our trips. In either case, on our way to Boston, because we were going through whatever state that is, from Quebec to Mass. Anyways, so we had to stop and we were gonna go grab McDonald's. Now, I ordered first as the most confident of our French-speaking populace in the trip, and I got hung up on the payment. I was able to, I topped out again. It's the speaking French. It's tripping me up. My brain's throwing in a third language. It's like I can't do it. That's okay. Anyways, so I got hung up on, they were asking how I'm paying, and then I think she kind of just whispered it in English, and I was like, oh, yeah, debit, right? And then my buddy, you know, he orders too. And then my third buddy, now this is the same buddy who, if we're in an Uber, he'll just start speaking English and ruin the whole charade of us trying to be like proper Canadians. And then he stares us blank in the face and then goes, guys, what's the French word for coffee? At that point, the McDonald's employee, super nice, she was just like, it's okay, we speak English. We were like 3 hours away from Montreal. So this was not even like expecting them. They were younger, obviously, right? But yeah, FYI, the French word for coffee is café, you know? So
It's true.
that's the French we have to live with in my group. This is also the same guy who, when we went to the SAQ and they asked in English, how are you paying? Stared us blank in the face and said, guys, I can't understand what she's saying. And we're like, she's asking in English, cash or credit. Yeah.
It's the effort that counts.
All right. I'm now going to actually try and concentrate here. Let's see if we can reel in this fish. It's a big one. It's gotten away from us. It is our Moby Dick, and we are Ishmael. Is that the fisherman's name?
It is.
I believe so.
Look at that. I know things. It'd be very bad if I didn't know things.
You're playing at blinding speed right now. Whoa!
Look at that. We did it. We caught it, guys. We caught the frog.
Proud of you.
All right. So this I don't know how this ties in with fishing. I'm gonna be real, guys. I generally have like stories to tie in all these levels with fishing. This is like the genesis of the world or whatever. So I mean, if you really wanted to go into like our Darwinian theory of evolution or something like that, be my guest. But yeah. Also, someone just popped into my room. Hi, tatuś. Ja, światło, jak widzisz, to normalnie działa. Mam głośnik tam i po prostu światło idzie. No wiem.
We're multicultural
gram.
here at Speed Docs.
It's true. We come from all over.
We do.
Yeah. Fun fact, I'm bilingual, guys. I wish I was trilingual. There are
You
times where
are
I'm
the French. We've been
yeah,
over this.
but like that's toddler trilingual, you know. I do want to pick up more French. Like there are times where I'm like, I'm gonna watch Lupin on Netflix, all in French subtitles, French voice, and I get the gist of the story, and then like after a couple months, I will watch it again, and I will watch it with Polish subtitles. Because, you know, the language overlap, easier to remember words. Actually, it was kind of weird because I know the word like large, like the word for silver is l'argent or whatever, but that's the word they use for cash in Lupin. So it was very confusing why people just kept talking about silver, because most of the time we're like, you know, as here as an English-speaking society, we refer to it as like gold, right? But yeah, it turns out that the word for silver just means cash. Did not know that.
Yeah, it's a little odd, I'll admit to that one.
But, you know, that's not even going into, like, Quebecois and Parisian French differences. What actually tripped me and a couple friends up was that in Montreal, when people said, "You're welcome," it was like, bienvenue, which means, like, a welcome to, like, a place, as in that form of welcome, but they use it as "you're welcome." But in regular French, it's like "dene" or whatever it is. So, trips you up, man.
It does. Yeah, it's very different. And a lot of expressions that they'll use just either don't make sense to the other, if that makes any sense. Like, if you're from Quebec or you're speaking like proper French, Parisian French, a lot of what we use in terms of slang and whatnot just makes zero sense to them, and vice versa.
Yeah. But I mean, even from like, so in the States, there's the whole thing of like Pennsylvania Dutch, right? It's the German populace in Pennsylvania that continued to speak German, and because they were isolated, the language kind of didn't evolve in the same way as a mainland German did. Germany, right? And then even German has like High German and Low German and all that nonsense garbage. But in either case, so it's a whole German dialect. And the way that if you were to speak Pennsylvanian Dutch, which the reason it's called Pennsylvanian Dutch is because German in German is Deutsch, which kind of, it's spelled in kind of like Dutch, so that's why it's Pennsylvanian Dutch. Fun fact, I have a lot of them. Anyways, so when those people speak, regular Germans will understand them, but they'll be like, yo, we have not used those words in like forever. You sound like my grandma. And when I watch Polish TV and stuff like that, there's just so much like loan words from English and everything like that. It's very weird to hear. because the language that like I speak here in Polish with people is not the same as if I go to Poland, because they have more. The language has been slowly morphing, taking words from English and stuff like that. So it's very interesting, and that basically describes Quebec French. It is French that has not evolved in the same way that French in France evolved. So we went on a fishing trip, and now it's just like Aries explains languages. I'm sorry,
and the
guys.
volcano.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Shuli technically didn't do it right, because I said someone had to donate $10 in the next 5 minutes. Instead, what she did was donate $5 in the next 10 minutes.
Wow.
But I'm still going to honor it because it's Shuli. Also, I'm realizing that baby shark in French does not roll off the tongue. So I hate you, Shuli.
It would be like what?
Thank you for the
Petit
donation.
requin or whatever.
It's bébé requin, but yeah,
Bébé
we're
requin.
gonna give it a shot. Oh god damn it. Okay, here we go. Oh god, I hate it. Okay, I even got to do like the cutesy voice for it, I guess. Bébé requin, do 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 do, bébé requin, do 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 do, bébé requin, do 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 do, bébé requin. There we go.
Perfect.
Never again. I have to go brush my teeth.
Wow, but you didn't like complete it. You know, there's the whole papa requin, papa requin. You know, mama.
But she she messed up the donation incentive though.
Grand-mère, grand-père. I need
whole
my
family.
French baby shark, man. Okay, we need to very softly cast this fishing line. Hold on. Will we catch the baby shark? This is a very good question.
Still breaking in that new controller?
Oh. All right. Oh. Oh, that's another thing. I don't know if you guys just saw what I did right there. So I knew for a fact that the piece that I wanted to get in there would have gotten stuck because pieces are kind of insta-falling right now. So I dropped something else to kind of prop it up so then I can shove it into where it's supposed to go. It's a high-level Tetris strats right there. If you can tell that a piece will get stuck, you put something else in there to kind of let it glide off.
Adapting on the fly.
That's what it is. That's what the true fishermen do.
A fly fisherman, if you will.
I have not gone fly fishing, actually. I'd like to do that at some point. But the opportunity just has not shown up yet.
Yeah, I've never tried it myself.
Yeah,
Ooh, this
Dragon
is-
Chat. I will say that if you like Tetris, this game is really sick. It's got awesome music and great visuals, and generally speaking, it's probably been one of the most fun Tetris experiences I've had maybe ever. So, highly recommend it. It's also like $30 or something on most platforms. So,
Yeah, it goes on sale fairly often. It's available on PC, PS4, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, PS5, or whatever.
yeah,
There's
over the
no
place.
excuse to not get it, basically.
Like, correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know if it's this game specifically, but is this the one that's available in VR as well?
Yes. Yep.
Wow. I
I
feel like
believe
this
the
would be
VR
amazing.
version is free with the regular one, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. This even has multiplayer if you're into that. So.
It does. Oh,
Not exactly
go.
my cup of tea, but you know.
What is your cup of tea, CC?
I just like going for endless, you know, and just see how long I can go.
Okay. Okay.
I got a new
not a bad
PB
way.
recently. So.
I took you more for like an Earl Grey kind of guy, but all right. I see.
More of a green.
Ooh, I like it. Me too, actually.
See, it depends on my mood. So I'm one of those people that just like, if you want tea, I will open up and I'll be like, yo, what you want? I got black teas, green teas, red teas, white teas. Like, I got them all.
Hell
and
yeah.
just like, it depends on my mood. I used to not really enjoy black teas, mainly because I think the kind of concept of adding milk to those teas is kind of weird and disgusting. But then I tried it and I'm like, okay, I kind of understand what's happening, but I just prefer to just sweeten it up with like sugar or something instead. I'm not really a milk and tea kind of dude. Also, we are in a very interesting place right now. Yo, there's a raid.
Hey, Orcus raid.
Thanks,
Good bone.
dude. All the fishermen have arrived. More fishermen have arrived. That's when you know you're like doing good, when more fishermen arrive.
That's right. We found the right spot here. In case you're wondering, this is in fact Speed Docks, the fishing jamboree. What you're seeing is it is fish related, I promise. Aries, explain why it's fish related.
On the screen.
It's fish related because I'm wearing a Bass Pro shirt, and at this point anything on the screen is fish related. But there are many levels that have fish. Like there's fish right now on the screen.
There are fish right there.
Right
Look
there.
at that.
You really can't get any more fishing related than that, honestly. Also, this game is very fun to stream because, as you can see, the bitrate. If you do not have like the top-notch fishing gear, will just cause your stream to look like poop. But you know, we are expert fishermen here. We got all the good stuff, and it should be looking pretty all right. So. Look at that. Double Tetris. That's a good catch right there. That's one for the scrapbook, guys. Also,
Huge plays.
I call this the Sia knockoff because this sounds like a song that Sia would sing if somebody wrote it for her. We should be getting pretty close to the end of our... Oh, what did I do? Okay. Of our fishing journey here. We're in space right now. And there are actually fish constellations. So I don't know about you guys, but there's this thing called a horoscope. It's a novel concept. I'm sure that, you know, first time hearing it. But there is something called a Pisces. Yeah. And then you look up what a Pisces is, and it's 2 fish. And we're just fishing for those constellation fish right now. We caught all
the fish on Earth, now we're catching the fish in space.
Exactly. Because we are that good of fishermen. We catch all the types of fish. See, that was the thing with like, what was that TV show called again, Crunchy?
River Monsters.
Yeah, see, he never went into space. We're in space.
He was too basic.
Right now.
Yeah, he kept it way too simple.
Yeah. We do not pull any punches here while we're fishing at Speed Docks, you know?
Innovation.
Oh, that's something you gotta watch out for as well, actually. If you kind of slow down your pace and then you aren't locking in pieces, you will flub because the pieces take forever to lock in. So...
Going for a rough ride.
Oh yeah, it's okay.
It's just choppy water, guys. No, our boat survived.
I'm more worried about your face cam. Are you okay, dude?
Oh no, what happened to my face cam? Oh no.
You're good now. You're good now.
Okay.
It looked like you were like a painting that was melting.
Oh, it's probably the disco lights. It turns out we need to buy better equipment. That's okay. Okay. Oh. We just gotta slowly reel in the catch here right now. Oh. That's the thing. You got to be patient when fishing. You like, if you get a bite, just give it a bit. Let that fish really bite in. All right. It sees that chat is also worried that my face is melting. I assure you guys, everything is kosher, and I'm not actually dying.
There we go. I think it might have just been the level.
It might have been. There was a lot of moving parts.
Yeah, I specifically have this game on like low quality, biggest particle effects and everything like that, but there are times
There's only
where
so much you can do.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those where it's like you need the top quality to not have a pixel fest at times. And what probably ended up happening was the encoder was focusing more on the gameplay, as it is the bigger portion of the screen, and there's more moving on it in comparison to my face and the layout, and that's why it kind of melted. Because the way that video compression in this specific incident works is that it doesn't necessarily work on what's on the frame, but what changes between the frames. And that's why you can kind of end up in those situations there.
While I'm sure you're probably correct, I'm still going to blame it on Quo.
That's fair. Why would you not?
Much simpler.
Yeah, exactly. See, this is what I mean. Like, you gotta... The piece was just getting stuck there, so... And there we go. See, I knew that that was going to be a thing, so I left that open. Yeah, watch out for those next pieces. Like, it is your friend. I don't really hold, as you can see. I'm just more of an old school Tetris guy. The concept of holds, like, I don't do it a lot. I'd probably be better at this but I just haven't vibed that hard yet. You know, we're casually fishing here. We're not trying to be tryhards. So, but yeah, just paying attention to what piece is next. And a lot of people, when they play, they really zoom in on the game feed because they want to see there. You'll notice that I have it zoomed out, kind of because vibes, first off, and second off, it's because I want to see the whole frame. I want to see what's going on. Which area was this? I don't even know. This might be... Is this the last level? Yeah, this is the last level. We are nearing the end of our fishing trip, guys. I really hope that the trip was enjoyable, because I had a good time. I really hope you guys did too, as fellow fishing friends. And, you know, but every fishing trip has to come to an end. You eventually have to go home. So...
This one even went to space.
It did.
Had we survived? Good job, everybody.
And this is probably like, it's either the jazz song in New York City, or what kind of looks like New York City, or this song is the second best song in the entire game. This one has a lot of the level kind of heavy lifting it though, but it's so good. So, you know, we got, first off, this is the last level. It has kind of like this aesthetic going on with the sand and everything like that. You know, you get the impermanence vibes. By the way, impermanence is like a Buddhist concept and everything like that. So they make sand mandalas and they're very beautiful, but then they eventually just whisk them away because the whole mantra is that, you know, everything comes and goes. So even though you've made a beautiful sand mandala, it will disappear just like you will at some point. And, you know, it's a whole philosophy concept that we don't really have to get into right now. But that's the whole point of this level, right? Like, it's coming to an end, just like the grains of sand, you know, things will go away. But then you got the music going on, and you got this beautiful female vocal going on right now, talking about change and everything like that. So, and then if we don't suck, the song is about to swell here. And then it sounds so good with everything going on.
Wait, why did you say if we don't suck? Does it not happen if you're like not doing well or something?
Well, I'm currently 42 out of 90 right now, and don't know if I'm gonna top out.
We're at the top of the board.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So that's okay. We'll redo it again. I don't even know if I'm currently in estimate right now, but I already apologized for that at the start of the fishing trip. I mean, what happens on the fishing trip stays at the fishing trip. That's just the fishing rule. So anything that I've said, you know, I'm really sorry, but it's just how fishing trips work.
All right. You are, in fact, still within estimate.
I don't even know how that's possible right now. I've died like too many times so far.
You were very generous.
And this is also just like, I'm gonna be real here. I did 2 runs of this before right now, and I haven't played in months. Basically, I was like hiatus strats. To be fair, it's not like I did this not knowing. So Tetris is just like riding a bike. Like you're either good at it or you're not, you know? Oh, we're kind of in a very interesting spot. Okay. Put that there. I should probably concentrate a tiny bit.
I would suggest that.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Crunchy Brown, you got any incentives or any donations to read off?
I was actually just checking, so we haven't done any progress as far as donations go, but I'm sure the people will be kicking in. I will remind you guys that we do have quite a few incentives still on the go here. For the Sims 4 Sim gender, female is at $35, male at $16. And then for the Sims name, somehow I am at the top here. So Crunchy Brown at $75. My name Jeff at $51. Miyu Minty at $48. CJ, nobody's showing CJ any love. CJ's sitting at $0. We got to get those numbers up. And Yappy Taffy at $5. The file name for Pokemon Snap, oddly enough, is still a massive lead by Bussy for $221. Quack sitting at a comfy $150. Spicy at $10 and Jinx at $0. Jeff has a solid $5 though. And then as far as the incentives go, you guys have been killing it. You can donate to Pokemon Snap. Take a photo of Goldeen. Please make it happen, folks. We got 5.5 hours to go, and we're missing $120 on that one. The Sonic DX. Watch all cutscenes. We need this to happen. We're $200 off on this. We can make that happen easily. We got plenty of time for that one, though. 9 hours and 8. And then I Am Fish, still sitting at $35 out of $75 for the bonus space level. I want to see this happen. I want to see a goofy fish flopping all over the place in space. And thank you for posting the link there, AP.
We're coming up on time. Sorry, I'd like zoned in.
That's fine. That's fine. You said you needed to focus and you did it.
Yeah, it's amazing how much better I play when I'm actually focused on the game.
Imagine.
It's just, imagine if I was like completely silent during this. I probably would have crushed the estimate, which would have been very interesting to see us deal with scheduling wise. But anyways, the timing ends when you get 90 lines, because the first time you play this, when you get the 90 lines, that's it. The credits will roll. But when you kind of do like a whole new game plus thing, it puts you in this mandatory zone. By the way, this game has a concept called zone. It basically freezes everything, and it stacks up the lines that you've cleared. So as you can see, we've gone way beyond 4 lines there. But for some reason, it forces you to do this every single time. So the timing just is like, whatever. You've gotten your 90 lines and nobody cares about this portion. It has nothing to do with your time because it's mandatory anyways. A minute has to run out. And then you know, if it happens, like, look, it's been stuck at 0 the entire time. So it's a timing nightmare. It ends when you get 90. Hey, look, there was fish in the background. See, we're all good.
Beautiful. But you still made it pretty much with an estimate. You were 47 seconds off, which,
I was
whatever.
47 seconds off?
Yeah, like you came in at an hour, 10 minutes, and 47 seconds. So if you ask me, you still made it.
Okay, I was not expecting that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All
Good
right.
job. Well done.
So yeah, that's kind of it. Unless we have anything else to do, like we're just kind of gonna be watching credits. There's gonna be a baby noise because of the whole impermanence theme going on, and might be a callback to Tetris the Grandmaster because that had a whole concept of like birth and incarnation and stuff in it too. So yeah, beautiful space stuff on our fishing trip. I can guarantee no one else went to a fishing trip like this before, but you did it here on Speed Docks.
Thank you very much for the run, Dark-Aries. Well done. Well played. It was visually awesome, not gonna lie. Even the parts where your face melted on cam were very, very entertaining, not gonna lie. Made for some special moments. Stay seated though, folks. Don't go anywhere because we have Ryan Ford coming up next with The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening DX with a Fish the Pond. I'm curious. I'm not entirely sure what that means, but I'm sure Ryan's got more info for us.